Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thanks very much for watching that earwax removal compilation video today. Two patients in this compilation video. So you can see this first patient, this really dry wax here on the lateral part of the ear canal. While we're on the subject, somebody did put in the comment section, they were a little bit confused about sort of the lateral and medial that we talk about. When we talk about the ear canal, what I want you to think of is lateral is furthest away from the eardrum and medial is closer to the eardrum. So basically the reason for that is when something is medial in your body, it's closer to the center of your body. When something's lateral, it's closer to the outside edges. So when we're talking about the lateral portion of the ear canal, we're talking about the outermost portion. So the outermost part of the head. When we're talking about the medial portion, we're talking about the portion that's closest to the eardrum. Okay, so I hope that clarifies that bit for you. So we've got this really, really dry piece in here. Now we've got this bit of olive oil that's just coating around here. We've popped that in because this wax was so dry, it was really, really stuck really firmly to the canal walls here. So when it dried out, it just anchored itself onto that canal wall. So I've got the standard size Zollner tube in here at the moment. We're just giving this a little bit of a wiggle on the surface just to bring this out. You can see it doesn't really want to budge at the moment. We're having to really work this one. Make sure you stay tuned for the second patient in this compilation, guys. There's a really good eardrum for you to have a little look at, and I've pointed out a couple of bits and pieces on, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. We're just starting to get a little bit of movement. It's really just starting to pull forwards now. There we go. You can see that sort of gentle swaying motion we're making there with the suction tube, and that's to detach and pull forwards at the same time, so it's coming away really nicely. There we go. Out this is coming. Long piece there. It was literally stretching as we were bringing this out, but a long old strip of wax. Maybe that's still on its way. There you go, out it comes. And we'll take a look behind that now. There we go. We can see that eardrum straight away looking much healthier. So this is what it looked like beforehand. This is what it looks like afterwards. There's a little touch of what they call tympanosclerosis, which is where you get this little milky patch on the eardrum. Now that can happen as we get a little bit older. It can be as a result of infection or damage to the eardrum skin as well. If I remember, I'll try and point that out in the video when I go back and edit this in later on. But you can see a very similar story in this one. Almost this wall of solid wax. It just does not want to come away very easily. When it's been pushed into this sort of wall shape we're getting here, usually patients been cleaning their ears with something, all right? It might not be a Q-tip, but somebody's been going in there to try and clean this out. Guys, as always, if you do enjoy these videos, please subscribe, follow, heart, like, do all those lovely things on social media for me. That would be absolutely fantastic. I've popped some olive oil in here as well, so you can see it's just loosening this up a little bit. The reason we've done that, it helps me to get a better grip on the surface of this wax when it's quite smooth like this one is, but it also helps that when we do get it moving, it helps it to slide out. Remember I said it was quite sticky before, so it'll help it to slide out the ear canal a lot better. There we go. You can see it just starting to work forwards now. Slowed this down, just going to give this a little bit of a wiggle. And out that comes. There we are, all the way out to the outer part of the ear canal. Very light in colour, this one as well. So it's more sort of newer wax, fresher wax in here. Sometimes you will get this lighter colour when there's a little bit of dry skin mixed in with it as well. But we're just clearing away. There you go, just a little bit on the outside edge. Tiny little section just inside the ear canal. So this is the fine end now just on, because we're doing that little bit more sort of pinpoint work here. We don't want to dig into the canal wall, which is really uncomfortable. We're in the lateral portion of the ear canal here. We got the fine end, which makes it a bit easier. Lovely looking eardrum though, really nice, healthy, shiny, pearlescent, exactly the way I would expect it to look. A bit different to the one you're going to see in the next video as well, guys. So 3.5 centimeters, 1.25 inches there. God, I'm nailing inches at the moment. So we're doing really well. Guys, thank you for all your lovely messages about the medical terminology and stuff like that. That's coming around. You're still a little bit on the fence regarding these sort of inside-outside videos, but I'm reading every comment, we're getting the feedback in, we'll see how we're doing with that one as well. So this is the second patient in our compilation. Very similar looking earwax, almost straight away, this drier consistency. Standard size Zollner tube in here, a little bit more towards the medial portion of the ear canal for this one, a little bit deeper in towards the eardrum on this one. We haven't introduced any olive oil yet, we're just clearing away. It's coming away quite nicely. You can see these tiny little hairs in there as well, but it is quite dry, this wax. You can really see it's almost gone crumbly, and that's what you'll find with this wax when it dries out a little bit. It does go a little bit crumbly. So we're just taking away some of those looser pieces first. Now back in for this main bulk of the plug. It's moving a little bit. The patient was talking to me while we were doing the procedure. It does help some patients to relax a little bit when they're having a chat to us while we're doing it. We don't mind. So we're just taking this away. Oh, now we just saw that little bit of a detachment where it had dried onto that canal wall, and we've lifted it off. We can see that whole thing now has become a little bit more mobile. So this is starting to come away really nicely. Good grip, bunching a lot of this wax into the end of the suction tube to maintain that really, really good grip. And then we're pulling this out now. There we go, out that comes. You can see lots of tiny little hairs embedded in that wax there. Let's take a look at the eardrum beyond. Right, there we go. So I've pointed a couple of things out on here. So we've got the long process of the incus, which is just seen through the eardrum there, and the handle of the malleus there as well, which is that long kind of process down the side. The lateral process of the malleus is on the top, and the umbo there in the middle. So what you're actually seeing there is the outermost, so the most lateral of the ossicles, those three little bones in the middle part of that's the malleus. That's the bit that sits behind the eardrum. And then you've got your incus then, which is your central, so the center of the three little bones, the middle of the three little bones, we could just see there as well. So we've got 1 centimeter, just under, well, yeah, I'm going to say just under half an inch on that one. The reason that those, you could see those bones really, really clearly on that eardrum is because it was slightly retracted. Now, what we mean by retracted is that the pressure of the air behind the eardrum was slightly lower than the outside air pressure. You know that feeling you get when you want to pop your ears? That's the feeling we're talking about. So basically what happens in that scenario is the eardrum then gets a little bit drawn into the space behind it, which a lot of the time makes these bones a little bit more visible through the eardrum as well. So I hope you found that one interesting, guys. If you did, then please leave a comment for us in the comment section below. Like, follow, oh my goodness, heart, subscribe, all those things as well, please. That would be absolutely fabulous. Thank you very much. But as always, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another. I think it's just me for tomorrow's video again, and then towards the end of the week, I think me and Taylor are back together. So you'll get a couple of videos with me and Taylor towards the end of this week and beginning of next. As always, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye, everyone.